Hey everyone, Garrett Elysium's here. Welcome to part 20 of my new CD purchases. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff here on my table that I've still going through and putting it into my collection. I only got up to P, so these are P's on. Everything's in alphabetical order. But before we get in this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button to help support my channel, get updates every time I post a video. So it's a late Friday night, just laying around the house and watch some TV, but I had these new purchases from today that I figured I'd make a video on it now so I can start putting the stuff back in my, or away in my collection for the first time. A little stack here from a local CD store, also some stuff from Goodwill again, and one from Amazon that I actually had put away already. I was expecting this, so I made it a little spot for it, but let's show that one off first because I'm pretty excited about it. Diamond Head, Lightning to the Nations, the White Album. Basically, it's just a remastered 2-disc set. Second disc is called Singles, some 7 tracks on there. These are not real autographs, obviously, they're replicated. Awesome album. Huge influence on Metallica and thrash and basically the new wave of British heavy metal. Coming next is a compilation I got. This one's called Living the Blues, Blues Classics. Really cool stuff on here. It's basically a compilation, 20 tracks. Artists like Howlin' Wolf, John Lee Hooker, Elmore James, Junior Wells, Willie Dixon, B.B. King, Muddy Waters, Sonny Boy Williamson, Jimmy Rogers. Basically a who's who of all the great classic blues artists. Yeah, this one I picked up super cheap. It was actually brand new. Very, or just the best of James Taylor. I own some of his studio albums. I have the 2 Greatest Hits Volumes 1 and 2, and now I got that. Next, Big Audio Dynamite 2, The Globe, features their only hit, basically, Rush. Big Audio Dynamite, obviously, you see this guy here from The Clash, Mick Jones, the frontman for them. Really funky album and band, if none of you people ever heard of him. He's got basically that, what the Clash are all about: punky, funky, alternative. There's even like reggae vibes to it. This next up is a band I'm not really into. Do like a couple songs. I have a number of their CDs because someone actually just left in my house and I no longer talk to that person, so I can't give them back. So I grabbed these other ones too. There's 2 in this one, but just going to show one right now. It's Fish. This one's Billy Breeze. This is the album I remember seeing as a kid. This came out in '96, so this was 95, 96, right when I started really getting into collecting CDs and music. This one I remember seeing a lot in like the Columbia House and BMG catalogs. I put it on basically the first 2 tracks. I don't think I've ever listened to this album before. I'm just very familiar with the cover. I just wasn't in the mood to hear it today. I'll give it a chance some other day. Next up, Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros. This one's called Streetcore. Another one from Goodwill, so must have been a Clash fan. Obviously, Joe Strummer, also from the Clash. This is more of a kind of rock and roll. I don't really want to use the word punk for this. More of a rock and roll, dub influenced, folky at times. And this is a maxi single of Depeche Mode's Policy of Truth. Features the single version, a Capital mix, a beatbox mix, a song called Cali, the remix, and a Trans-Central mix of Policy of Truth. Policy of Truth, a great song from Violator, Depeche Mode. Next up is another one from Fish. This one's from 1990. This one's called Lawn Boy. This one I'll probably enjoy a little more. I like the earlier stuff. I believe this is their sophomore album. Don't quote me on that because I'm not the biggest Fish fan. And if I'm going to listen to Fish, believe it or not, I'd rather hear the studio albums than the live stuff. Next up, A Perfect Circle, Emotive. Notice this isn't that great of an album. There's a lot of covers on here. The covers aren't that great, but I am a fan of Maynard and Perfect Circle, especially the first album. I already know them, so I figured why not for a buck. Then I picked up Even the Quietest Moments Supertramp. This is the remastered edition, as I own the standard CD, which was released in the late 80s, so I'm going to replace that with this remastered version. Put that aside, actually. And then I finally caved in and grabbed this. Mammoth Wolfgang Van Halen, his debut album, where he plays every instrument on there. It does not sound like Van Halen, and I'm kind of, in a way, I'm glad it doesn't sound like Van Halen, because he's just doing his own thing, which I'm sure a lot of people have said by now. It's more of an alternative 90s rock vibe sound to me. That's what I get from it. 14 tracks total, obviously dedicated to his late great father, Eddie Van Halen. And, I mean, good for him. He didn't really use the name to get that far. I mean, he's on EX1 Records, whatever that is. I've never even heard of it. But he could have easily just said, hey, I'm Eddie's son, and used his power or his uncle's power to get on any record label, but he didn't. Next up, the latest from Joe Satriani. I know he has a new album coming out this year. This is Shapeshifting. I remember reading an article about this album before it came out in Guitar World magazine, and I never picked it up. So finally picked it up, and I'm going to give that a listen. And this is just something that was super cheap. This is just called Icon, John Lennon Icon Series. 11 tracks in there, basically like a greatest hits. But a good selection of songs on there. ZZ Top, La Futura. It's hard for me to say. 10 tracks on here, produced by Rick Rubin and Billy Gibbons. As you can see, it's on his American label. But this is like a really, really thin digipack. No booklet or anything in there. Then I picked up Unlimited Love, the brand new Red Hot Chili Peppers CD, which came out today. Produced by Rick Rubin, so I had hopes for it, especially with John Frusciante back in the band. But it was just kind of boring to me. 17 tracks, a little too long, a little too, melancholy. It's great to hear John's vocals back again. Obviously his guitar work, but nothing really blew me away on the CD. Maybe I could give it a few more listens. I was a huge Chili Peppers fan from every album from the beginning up until Stadium Arcadium. I'm With You is okay. The next album, I think it was called The Getaway. Never really fully got into that. So I guess I got to give this a few more listens. I guess I got all summer to get it. Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of those bands that I always love listening to during the summer. This next one I was excited for. I've been looking for this CD for quite some time. Fates Warning. Fates Warning. Perfect Symmetry. Amazing prog metal band. These guys are amazing musicians. I just was wanting this out for so long. So this is a special edition on Metal Blade Records. 3 discs. First disc is the original album remastered. Disc 2 are the demos, 10 tracks of demos. And disc 3 is actually a bonus DVD of all these cool concert clips. I mean, there's a lot on here, if you could see. I mean, you have all these songs, all this. I'm not going to name everything right now. Well, this is really cool. Digipack in really good shape. Fates Warning, Perfect Symmetry. For those of you that have not heard this, I don't know if it's available on streaming devices. I don't think it is, but you can check it out on YouTube. Especially if you're a musician, you gotta listen to this. Really cool stuff. And a couple Cannibal Corpse CDs I got, later ones. Skeletal Domain. This features George Corpse Grinder Fisher on vocals. And then I also grabbed Red Before Black. This is the 2017 release. Again, Corpse Grinder on vocals. And last one I had to show you, a couple videos back, I showed it. I picked up a lot of the Led Zeppelin Deluxe Edition remasters, and I did not pick up this one. In Through the Outdoor. Really cool that it has the paper bag as the original vinyl was sold in. The only thing I don't like is this is the case, and both CDs are just placed inside, separated by the booklet. The problem here is when I took the first disc out, it was already scratched. It looked like it was used, but it was not. It was brand new. So really wish a band, of that's Led Zeppelin, is one of the biggest bands of all time, would have did something a little better. the house. That's, yeah, sorry, buddy. That is my latest CD purchases. I want to thank everyone again for watching. Like I said, it's a late Friday night, so I'm just gonna probably just head to sleep and do some work tomorrow, and then I got all this stuff to put away. All right, everyone, thanks again for watching. Again, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it.